He had been horribly neglected and abused for years and years. And just because the people didn't know how to care for a high-maintenance dog, he's a Shih Tzu. And eventually he was just dumped at the shelter and left for dead. When I pulled Jonah from the shelter, even the veterinarian there tried to talk me out of taking him. She said his condition was so horrible, there was really nothing we could do for him to offset the damage he had suffered. And she said, maybe he has 2 weeks to live. And so I couldn't possibly have left him there. I'm sorry. If he was going to die within 2 weeks, you know, it needed to be in a home. It needed to be in the arms of someone who cared what happened to him. He needed to know that his life mattered somewhere to someone. So I brought him home, and in barely 6 months' time, with lots of love, lots of encouragement, and good veterinary care, the transformation was nothing short of miraculous. There are before and after photos on that page, and if you look at those, you just won't believe it's the same little dog. But Jonah was probably our most tragic case so far, but he was also, I'll tell you, he was also one of our greatest moments. Jonah is like the poster child for what Milagro stands for. And that extreme level of care isn't always needed for every Milagro senior, of course, but every now and then a senior comes to us, and you can just see in his eyes that life has been really, really unfair to him. And with the help and generosity of some very kind folks in the community who have faith in Milagro's mission, we're able to step up and give him a great final life's chapter. My main point for bringing up little Jonah's story is to earnestly urge people, when you go to the shelters, please take a moment with a senior and look beyond what you see, the messy matted fur, the smelly dirty feet, the damage, the toothless grin. His ribs are sticking out because he's underfed, and just see the little soul inside. Really, really see him. And once you reach out to a broken little animal like that someone else has thrown out, and you help restore him to health and comfort, your heart's going to be forever changed. Trust me, you will be changed. And it's the most glorious experience. That's why Milagro places all our seniors in home environments as opposed to shelter situations with a limited number of pets in each home. So each senior gets the focus it needs to help it heal and begin the living process again. We do our best to match the seniors not only to the foster, but also to the other seniors in that home to make sure that the whole atmosphere is harmonious.
Fantastic. Now, you did mention fostering. Is that a way that people can help the organization?
Yes, that's one of our primary needs. Our two primary needs for the organization are volunteers. Without volunteers, we're a rescue that doesn't rescue, of course. Mm-hmm. And the other is obviously cash donation, because the demographic we serve, the seniors, our veterinary bills can be staggering because of such a high concentration of seniors who do need elevated care. So as far as volunteering, yes, we always need more volunteers. For every senior we place, there are 10 more waiting. So we need volunteers long-term to take seniors on an ongoing basis, and temporary fosters who can also help us with, intake and evaluation, say for 2 weeks or 2 months, and until we find permanent placement for that senior.
Since you guys are a pet refuge, are you guys adopting these animals out to people who are already interested in senior pets?
Rather than adopting those senior pets out and losing track of them, we like to recruit people to become a part of the Milagro family, the Milagro project. And that way, we are there to support the volunteer. Because, there can be emotional challenges, there can be financial challenges as the pet ages, and we're always there to back up the volunteers and support them. And you've got the organization behind you at all times, and that also ensures that the senior will never end up back in a shelter on death row again.
Oh wow! Well, that's fantastic. You guys are definitely helping these animals get a second life almost. Right?
We're doing our best. We're doing our best.
Now, let's talk about the people out there that might have to give up their senior pet. What should they do?
If you have to give up your pet for whatever reason, please, please, please contact a rescue organization for help or guidance. Never, never dump a pet in the desert or on the streets. That is an absolute death sentence. He is a domestic pet. He depends on you for his care and protection, and he doesn't have a clue how to survive out there on his own all of a sudden, to find food, protect himself from traffic, people who would hurt him, diseases, and even to protect himself from, the heat and from thirst. All he knows and all he will try to do is find his way back to you, because that's how he's wired up. He trusts you never to hurt him and never to leave him. So he will most certainly die trying to get back home to you. So please, please never throw your pet out. There are so many resources available, so many ways to get help without sacrificing your pet's life. Also, besides just Milagro, there are many, many rescue organizations in the valley and surrounding communities that you can call for help. But also, when you call for help, remember to give yourself time for the process to work. We're rescuers. We're not miracle workers. And rehoming a pet doesn't happen overnight, especially the way the economy is now with everybody tightening their belt. Mm-hmm. So if you fail to plan ahead, and all of a sudden, say, you realize you've come up against a deadline and you've run out of time, chances are you're going to end up surrendering your pet to the shelter, where, as I mentioned earlier, chances are very good your pet's going to be euthanized, no matter how adorable or well-mannered he is, simply because the shelters are overcrowded and they just need the space. So if you must give up your pet, please let your last great gift to him be your commitment to place him into a safe and loving home. That's the last great gift you can give him, and send him on his way safely with love.
That is great advice. Now, people out there that are listening, maybe they want to donate, maybe they want to get involved with Milagro, or maybe they have even just a few more questions about adopting a senior pet and how to go about doing that and what to look for. Is there a website? Is there a number that you can give out?
Yes. Our website is www.milagropets.org. We have a toll-free number, 888-827-4103. And you can contact us through the website, or you can contact us by phone and ask questions. If we aren't able to help you, right now Milagro is full. We're small, we're full, and we're actively recruiting more guardians. But until we, get those on board, we're limited as to how many seniors we can take in. But if we are full, we will try to help you. We won't just send you on your way. We'll give you a referral. We'll do what we can to help network your pet, find him a home.
Well, thank you so much for coming in, Jeannie. It sounds like you are definitely doing some work that's very near and dear to your heart. Is there anything else you want to say to the listeners out there?
Well, as I said, we really need fosters. You can donate to Milagro also using our PayPal feature on the website, or the cash donations can go to our P.O. box, and that's how you can support. And I would also encourage everybody, and this goes for pets of any age, spay, neuter, microchip your pets. We cannot stress this enough. That's the best way to manage pet population. We're trying to turn the communities in the nation away from euthanasia as the first choice for pet population control. Spay, neuter your pets, microchip them, and keep them healthy when it's young, and it's going to enjoy a healthier old age. Vaccinate him, give him a good diet, clean his teeth, give him exercise, and lots of loving.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in today, Jeannie.
It's my pleasure. Thanks a lot for having me.